Sky High Task, Stage 1 in Costa Atardecer, Chiapas. Hello everybody and welcome to another special episode of SnowRunner here at OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. Today we are picking up 2 boxes of service spare parts at the port warehouse with our Jangsu RX600. We're going to attempt to deliver them to the southern lighthouse, but we're going to have a few little issues on our hand along the way, so stay tuned. Now it's not that far away. Southern Lighthouse is close by the port here, just off to the side. As a matter of fact, you can see it right there. Now there's 2 routes that you can take to get to the lighthouse. One is a short one, and the other one is a little bit longer. And as you might have guessed, the short one is the one that has all the problems with it. I wasn't thinking that. I was looking and I went, wow, you know, that's a real easy passage and it's close by. It's a very short job. And maybe we should take that route. So that's what we did. And now we're going to find out what's going to go wrong as we climb down this little incline, I don't know, little ramp here by where the boats are. We couldn't get around it any other way, and we wanted to end up back here on the sand, so we're just going to climb over top of it over here and then just drive along the sand until we come around the cliff. At the bottom of the lighthouse there's a little path. There's a deceiving little path out there that if you're going to take that, I would put a rescue truck at the top, just in case. You never know. Just over here, and you can't see it either when you're on the map here, unless of course you're looking at the mini map, and even then it's hard to see. Now it's a pretty steep climb, and I figured the Jangsu could do it, but I don't know, there's a few boulders in the way, and they're going to cause a little bit of trouble for the OpenFed here. However, we've got a way around it. There's always a way around it. Now this first part was not bad, and I don't understand why it wouldn't climb over here. I had it in low gear and it should have gone up no problem, this part here, but it wouldn't go. So I figured, okay, we'll use the winch and we'll pull her up. But now when you pull with the winch, it's going to pull you over to the right hand side, and that's exactly where those boulders are. And you cannot seem to be able to climb up over top of all of them and the hill at the same time. So I struggled here for a while, and then I would go back a little bit. I would get a little damage, and we try again. We aren't going to quit. We don't give up that easily. However, there's really nothing to winch on. And that tree up above us on the left hand side up top is a little bit too far away. Well, we're going to give it one more shot. No, it's just not going to go. I was hoping to be able to squeeze it between the hill and that one big rock. And then once you get your front tires past that one section, you should be okay, you think. Well, I don't think it's going to go. I think that we're going to have to figure out a better way to get around this. And I'm already thinking of a better way, but at least now we're kind of stuck in front of the tree, and I should have just left it leaning against the tree here and then pulled it up the rest of the way from the top. But I noticed that I could grab the tree up above with the winch, but it pulled it over onto the edge, and it unpacked my cargo for me. So the truck really is lost there, unless I can get somebody to help him, like the Avenhorn A15. He was still at the port, so we gave him a quick call on the radio and asked him if he could come up and see if he could yank us up to the top from the other side. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, if there's 2 routes, there's usually one easy one and one is a difficult one. So now we're going to try the one that's a little bit longer and should be easier. And we're going to see how much easier it's going to be. But that's only part of the issue, because once we do get up top, we're going to try to figure out a way to put that truck, the Jangsu, back up on its wheels without losing the cargo. Because if we lose the cargo, then we're going to have to go all the way back down, or we're going to have to get a truck with a crane to come and see if we can pick that cargo up one way or another. Anyhow, we'll deal with that when the time comes. First, let's get the Avenhorn up here. Now, it's not too bad getting here. And over here, the problem with it is that there's no real track that you can see where you got to drive. So you just got to kind of make it up as you go along. And we got to get up here. And I don't know what the issue was in this little ravine or whatever it was, but the Avenhorn had a tough time getting up here. Like I said, I don't normally struggle with the Avenhorn. Let's put it that way. And here it just doesn't seem to want to go. But maybe it's just the dualies in the back are just being squeezed in between the rocks. We'll take that as the excuse and we'll just move on. Now once we get to the top, we got to make a tight turn to the right. Now we're not going to make that turn, so we're going to have to jockey the truck back and forth a couple of times. We should be able to do it in one shot. And as you can see, we're getting up pretty high. The port is quite a ways down. I guess that's why they called the jump sky high. Now, there's a lighthouse. We're not too far away. Like I said, our troubles have only just begun. Now, if I would have come in this way with the Jangsu, I probably would not have had any issues, but I didn't realize that the other side was going to be this tough. So let's see how we can repair that, how we can fix that. Now, we're going to have to go down the hill a little ways to be able to reach him with the winch cable, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that once I hook onto him with the winch cable, if I grab him on the right side, I can pull him and straighten him out and keep the cargo in the box. I know, it's a lot to ask. It's a lot to hope for, but that's what we're going to do. Because that's the way we're going to see if we can. I've got to go a little further there. I think that's the only way you're going to be able to rescue this vehicle. Now we got to grab him on the passenger side at the top there. Just like that. Now just slowly. Oh, we're getting lucky, I believe. That's pretty good. Okay, now maybe we shouldn't have changed trucks yet, because the minute you change trucks, the winch cable lets go. Now we got lucky. Oh, and here we have a little bit of an issue. Okay, well, we rolled back down the hill, but now we got the Avenhorn up there, and if we can grab him with the winch, maybe we can pull ourselves over top of these rocks. Now, I did put the brakes on the Avenhorn, and when you've got two vehicles and they're attached by a winch cable, both vehicles will travel in the same direction when both motors are running. And it looks like the Avenhorn is running, because awesome. Absolutely awesome. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Now we got to get the Avenhorn out of the way. So you got to remember, the cargo is still not packed in the Jangsu. It's still loose. So we'll just back the Avenhorn up and keep our fingers crossed that the Jangsu is not slipping down the hill. Yeah, up here should be good enough. No, he's still there. All right. Well, we're going to drive him to the top of the hill, pack the cargo, and deliver it. That was a really, really tough job. Boy, I tell you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got some tips out of it. Absolutely awesome. Anyhow, in the meantime, we've been doing the sky-high task where we are delivering 2 service spare parts, 2 big boxes of service spare parts, over to the Southern Lighthouse in the Jangsu RX600. With me as your driver, the Opafan.